Welcome to Wax Sports Reviews. In this video, we're looking at supposedly the best set of gloves that Gun & More make, the original limited editions. Just to quickly show you what these gloves look like, it's a full sausage layout with the front two fingers of the dominant hand getting a slightly different look to it. So I'll quickly get into the features of this set of batting gloves. Talking about the aesthetic, that's the best thing about these gloves, which is an all white aesthetic with just a hint of black here and there. So this glove looks pretty minimal. Talking about the protection side of things though, since it's sausage, it's supposed to be one of the best quality of protection, which it tends to be, but it just is way too heavy even for a set of sausage gloves. So when you compare it with something like a set of Missouri E-Line Pros, they are significantly lighter, giving you the same protection. So one would much rather offer a lighter set of sausage gloves than go with these. These are still reasonably good in terms of protection, just a lot heavier than what you could get on the market in terms of their competition. Talking about the slightly different look on the front two fingers, so it is a sausage protection underneath, as you can see here. It's the additional tops on them, which is called the PORON XRD protection, which is a Gun & More proprietary protection, which is just a fancy way of saying a TPU shell. So it is reinforced with TPU shells with gaps in between. So if you do get struck here, you may get a little bit more of a blow than anything else. Talking about the sidebar of this, you get a 4-piece sidebar foam protection on the dominant hand, and the non-dominant hand gets just a tiny little bit of foam that big, which isn't really the best message Gun & More are sending out on a top-end set of gloves. You want them to be the best amounts of protection, but this probably just doesn't justify that. Talking about the thumb, it's a 2-piece thumb, which again could have been better with a 3-piece for better flexibility, and they don't carry any additional shells over them for additional protection, which is another thing Gun & More could have looked at. One thing, however, that I must commend Gun & More on is the leather in use. They were still using a Pittards last season on the original limited editions, but this year it's a lot softer compared to last year. Still not as soft as what you could find on the market, but it is a significant improvement from last year. There's additional padding here to stop you from getting blisters, and this reinforcement at the edge of the palm so that the gloves don't split as easily. However, they could have reinforced it further by bringing this down here to cover a bigger area if you're a more bottom-handed cricketer. Get a Gun & More embossed velcro tag here in white for the original series. And all up, a reasonable set of top-end gloves which give you really good protection. However, there are significantly lighter gloves out there. So if you're still looking to get these, you can walk into one of our stores or get it online.